Hello everyone, Kaye here, the late bloomer. For so many years I have wanted to share my special trick for making chicken soup twice the flavor and twice the nutrition. And today is my 10th anniversary on YouTube, and I thought, what better day than today? I've got the ingredients, let's go for it. So let's get started. When I lived in New York, I often looked at the food section in the newspaper. One day I noticed this recipe for chicken soup. She explained how you could double the flavor, and if you double the flavor, in this case you're doubling the nutrition. So the basic idea is to reboot the broth after you cook it with the first round of vegetables. You're going to have your chicken. In my case, it was an organic chicken that was air chilled. So you want to wash that with filtered water if you've got access to filtered water. And then, of course, use the filtered water in your broth. Very important. You don't want to put chlorine in your chicken soup if you can help it. And you fill that up to cover the chicken. As that's starting to simmer, you want to rough chop, just big pieces is fine. 4 to 5 carrots, 4 to 5 stalks of celery, depending on how big the stalks are, how big the carrots are. I usually use 1 onion, and then 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. And everything is rough chopped, and you just put it in with the chicken, you put the lid on, and you cook it for half an hour, or until your chicken is tender. You know, when the sections start falling off, when you stab it with a fork, you know you're done. The chicken is done. There's no point in continuing to cook the chicken. So you remove the chicken into a bowl and you wait for that to cool. Then you discard your kind of used up vegetables at this point into a separate bowl, take all of them out, and while the chicken was cooking, you chop up another round of vegetables. And of course, the ones that I always use: onions, garlic, celery, and carrots. At this point, you can add I use peppercorns and the crystals of pink Himalayan salt, of course, any kind of salt and pepper. Whatever dried herbs you want, you can put in now. I used herbs de Provence, which has marjoram and savory and thyme and all this it smells wonderful. And I also used 1 bay leaf and 2 kefir lime leaves. Now I have a kefir lime tree, and in Thai cooking it is prized for flavoring meat and fish dishes. And of course you can add more vegetables besides celery, carrots, garlic, and onions. Those are the 4 basics that give so much flavor. I even put in some celery powder that I dehydrated and ground. And about halfway through the cooking process, I added some dried okra that I had dehydrated. Of course, okra gives it more of a gumbo feeling to the broth. And of course, you can add any fresh herbs you want, but you want to add those like the last 5 minutes. Even just for cilantro, for example, which is what I used, just chop it up and then put it in when you turn your soup off. But of course you want to take the chicken off the bone. You can put it on a cutting board and chop it up with a knife. I just shredded it with my fingers. Now I saved the bones that I think the kiddies can manage. I know they're going to love that. But I'm also going to try to sneak in some of those cooked vegetables to give them like a whole meal. So we'll see. So ever since I saw that recipe, and that was 35 years ago, I've never made chicken soup just by putting the chicken in with the vegetables and just doing a one-shot deal. I always do a double set of vegetables to get the maximum nutrition and taste. So it's changed my life, and I hope it'll change yours. Hey, thanks so much, especially if you've been on this long journey with me through my transition from urban gardener to homesteader. Thank you so much. A special greeting to all my new subscribers, and my love goes to my patrons who have stood by me all this time. Thank you so much. I hope you subscribe if you're new. Click the bell for notifications. Scroll down and click all so you won't miss anything right here on my homestead. I'm Kay, and I'll see you in the next video. Wow. That's amazing. Was it good? Was it good? Was that good? Is that good, baby? Huh? Yeah. Come work on it some more.